Hello everybody, welcome to Bitcoin Daily, 9 a.m. 10 p time on the dollar. We do the show every day, Monday to Friday, because we gotta know what's happening in Bitcoin, altcoins and everything like that. So in this video, we're gonna just talk, short time frames, Bitcoin, what is the next most likely move. And the way I see this actually happened before, I'm gonna explain to you why and when and how. And that is possible to happen again. Now, we are a little bit different stage than we were at the time where this pattern happened before, but it can still happen and it can still play out very, very nicely. That said, how's everybody in the chat doing? Christo, morning all, we gotta know, Christo, Stanko, Oila, how you doing, man? Dr. Karlov is back from the beach, done surfing. I do, man. Batch guitar, let's go. On time, on the dollars, as always, somewhere in the world. Exactly. Well, the moon is here. I'm waiting. Yes, about the moons, guys. About the moons. Right on time for lunch. Toldi, how you doing, man? So when it comes to moons, we have 4 super moons coming right now. But from the site that I am following about the super moons, all of these 4 are super moons. Now, that said, there are definitely the other sites that are following moons and, planetary orbits and stuff like that. And they are saying that only these 2, these August, full moons are actually super moons. So, whether all 4 are super moons or just these 2, we are getting very, very close. I would say that we are already at super moon phase, but, you never know. But the next 4 moons are super moon phases. And, these 2 are definitely super moons, 100%, because every single site is saying that these 2 are super moons, but not every site is saying that all 4 are super moons. Some sites say that all 4 are super moons, but every site is saying that these 2 are super moons. So whether that's gonna be the case or not, we do not know. Now we're gonna talk about the pattern up here, and we're gonna look at what's happening up there, and that's basically, because what is the next move? What is the next move? Tired legs, dobry jutro, how you doing, man? Adrian, morning TLI. Mladen is in the chat. How you doing, man? Crypto is so schizophrenic. Yeah, uptown, exactly. That's how the stuff goes. Now, as you can see over here on the chart, what we have up here, I think I moved this a little bit up here. Let me just fix that. There we go. As we can see up here on the chart, what we have here is what we call exhaustion pattern. So this is impulsive move towards upside. We are going into exhaustion pattern up here on the 4-hourly time frame. This is more likely to break towards downside than towards upside, because exhaustion pattern do play out that way. If this for whatever reason breaks towards upside, this is extremely bullish, but we are not quite there yet. And it does look like this top up here didn't even come to this previous top, at least on my channel up here towards upside. So it is kind of losing a little bit steam. So this is more than likely right now. The probability is growing strong for a move towards downside. But all fate is not lost, and I want to remind you what happened back here in the day when we did the very, very first move. So we did this move from the 16k all the way up here towards some kind of 21k, and a lot of people have been saying that this is gonna the same kind of pattern is playing over here. We got a impulsive move towards upside, exhaustion channel, and break towards downside. And everybody, if not everybody, was saying that this is gonna go retest over here, go down, and continue towards downside. Now this would have been the case if we have been in some kind of bear market, but when this actually happened, I made a video and saying that this over here is not gonna happen, and everybody's wrong about that. Now this was the very, very first start of the move down here towards the downside. It's a little bit different place where we are right now, but it's basically the same pattern. So the only question up here right now, is this move gonna go something like this over here, retest and then go towards downside over here, or are we bullish enough to actually do the same kind of move towards upside again? So let me show you up here in previous up here on my channel. If you scroll a little bit back down, like 5 months, 5 months before over here, and you can see up here, Bitcoin looks like it's gonna drop soon, and that's because we had this exhaustion pattern towards the upside, and that was the video that we made just before this thing that this move towards downside. And then day after we made a video, everybody is wrong, because everybody was wrong about this pattern over here. You can see up here that we have exhaustion channel, move towards downside, and then everybody is thinking that it's going to continue towards downside, but it's not continuing towards downside. It's actually explode towards upside. And I explained in this video how this is actually going to play out and why everybody is wrong. Guys, everybody is wrong. Everybody is wrong. Because most people think that, this is the scenario over here right now, right? Exhaustion pattern, down, a retest, and a continuation towards downside. Because you gotta understand, a 20k just after 16k move, everybody was still hugely bearish on the Bitcoin. Hugely bearish on Bitcoin. But I explained that this has happened before, and you can see up here, we have this extortion pattern. This was back in December 2020. So it's like 2 years ago. The same pattern, you know, impulsive move towards upside, extortion pattern. You break that towards downside, you retest that, but you do not fall down. You just consolidate and then you continue towards upside over here, right? So this extortion pattern needs to pull back down here to get everybody to, you know, close their long positions and, you know, start shorting and stuff like that, and then you explode towards upside. So this is very common pattern, very common pattern. So my theory up here is that you know, my theory over here was that we are gonna you know, have extortion pattern, go down into the box and below, and then continue towards the upside. And you can see what's happened over here after that. What we had over here was actually this same pattern up here, extortion pattern down into the box over here, and then continue, you know, we actually didn't do something like this, we actually exploded above that towards the upside. So this was very nicely played. Now we have the same kind of thing playing out here at the end over here. Now the problem up here, that is we are at 31k up here at the tops. We are at some kind of very major resistance level. Now we do have supermoons, you know, following us, but will this play the same way? Because it is the same pattern, impulsive move up, extortion pattern towards upside. This most oftenly, you know, breaks towards downside over here, you know, goes something like this up here, you know, maybe even retest that, goes back below the supports and then drops down, right? This is how it should play out in any kind of bearish environment. So it is very important to understand this, and we can analyze whether we are bearish or bullish, and you know, what the next big move is and stuff like that. But we are majorly bullish right now. So this over here, you know, going into the box down here below and then exploding again towards the upside, or again going towards the upside, it is very likely to happen because we have supermoons coming. If you haven't been you know, if you haven't been living under a rock, you'll notice that, you know, Bitcoin managed to get above the 20 moving average, above the resistance up here, some kind of pullback down here to some kind of you know, 10 moving average up to 28.7 up here might come. 28.7 is all the way down to here. So if you go outside of this box towards downside over here, maybe we touch that 20 moving average and then continue towards the upside. I'm just come back a little bit up here. So 28.7, it's over here, give or take, down here at 28.6, 28.7. These are the major levels, 29.2 and 28.6, something like that, right? So if this move outside of this extortion pattern up here does fail towards downside up here, we are looking at these levels down here towards downside. Now this might be actually a very good thing, you know, believe it or not, some kind of spring towards downside. Oftentimes when people become very strongly bullish at some kind of top, you will see, and the price wants to continue into that direction, oftentimes you will see some kind of spring, some kind of move down before it actually continues towards the upside. But it won't be able to push it too much towards the downside. Just like over here when we're having this channel towards downside over here, and over here at the bottom there was, you know, a lot of FUD with the Binance and stuff like that, right? So it went down, but it could not push it down that much further towards the downside, right? Price finds some kind of bottom where it's very hard to push it down and then explodes from those levels, right? So once if this starts happening, because I'm saying it's a probable to go down, and it's more probable right now than just bouncing up here towards the upside. It's more probable to go down. It can bounce towards the upside, but if it does break down, we're gonna be looking for these, you know, support levels up here. How much can it come down, and how much, you know, can it push pressure down here to create this spring again towards the upside up here towards the upside. So I am again, these are short time frames. This is 4-hourly time frame. We are not looking at, you know, at weekly and a monthly time frame. So, you know, overall monthly time frame stuff like that, everything looks nice and dandy, except this doji up here at the top, which might actually give us a little bit problem. But we need to wait to see how this weekly candle does, you know, play out. But, you know, major support levels are right now at 28.2, give or take. Over here, these are the 20 moving averages all the way down to something like, you know, the 20 moving average. These are the major support levels right now. So even if we pull back down to some kind of 28 point something, you know, nothing is actually happening because we're just pulling back, right? So over here, and we always say, if you want to become bearish, you need to break some very, very important support levels. So breaking below 28.2 or something like 26.8 down into this box down here below, now that would be very bad. We still have the 50 moving average where we can actually just bounce right back up there again, but you know, it's getting kind of like, why would you go down when you already did this move towards upside, right? The worst case, the best case scenario. The bad case is, you know, pulling back down here or something like that and bouncing. Worst case is, you know, breaking down here to definitely towards downside or something like that, and then going towards upside or whatnot. I don't know. But weekly, monthly time frame, all of these, you know, time frames look nice. We are still in strong option. Indicators look nice and dandy. Like, there is no problem in the paradise, right? And this move towards downside, this might actually be very good for altcoins, not for actually Bitcoin, but for altcoins, because we have, if you haven't been noticing, we have been doing, we have been sorting our watch list. This is our altcoin season prep watch list, and we have been sorting this list, these coins in the, you know, last couple of days. So we got a layer 1 chains, we got a section chain, index chain. So we have been sorting this list, and we're gonna go through the list, and you know, we're gonna look at, you know, what's you know, gonna pump and not gonna pump. But this might actually be very good if the Bitcoin pulls back, because a lot of these altcoins have already done a very nice move towards upside, so they might be pulling back into the support levels, where they might actually bounce very, very nicely. So if Bitcoin does pull back, you might see a lot of altcoins pulling back to major support levels and then bouncing towards upside, which is actually quite good for people trading. Because if you're trading, you want these pullbacks when you're bullish, because you want to buy the dips, right? Most people don't want to buy the dips because they do not understand what's happening, but you know, we that, you know, understand the moons and stuff like that, we like that. Yesterday was actually one of these coins actually went very nicely towards upside. It was Anchor. I was actually at work when this actually happened. So this is what we are actually looking for. This is Anchor, and no, you cannot see it up here, but this is Anchor. You can see up here on the 4-hourly time frame, it had this very, very nice channel towards upside. It broke towards upside, right? And then Rafael tells me, you know, will you long if you get a retest? And I was like, tempting. And then right after that, we get a very nice pullback down here towards that channel, towards the retest. Now, I was at work and I was hesitant because there was a lot to do at work. I'm unfortunate I hesitant and missed it, and of course it bounced right off of that, you know, support level and continued towards upside. So if you look at Anchor right now over here, Anchor right now, where is Anchor over here right now? Anchor over here right now, you can look at a 1-hourly time frame. It did something like 10% from the retest, right? So the retest was all the way down here at the bottom. Over here, so from the retest towards top, it did like 10% already right now. But this is basically what we are looking for when it comes to altcoins, right? So we are looking for some kind of pullback into some kind of, you know, maybe some kind of channel up here, maybe some kind of pullback over here. We are looking for some kind of pullback in these rising channels, small time frames rising channel that breaks towards the upside. We are also looking for other channels that go something like this and then you break towards the upside. But we are basically looking for, you know, patterns that are breaking towards upside and showing bullishness. So altcoins showing bullishness, and this is a very strong, this is a 4-hour, is a decent time frame, and this, you know, rising channel breaking towards upside is a strongly bullish move. Now this is Anchor, and of course there are, you know, we got 100 other coins on the list, and we might check that out. But this is basically what we are looking for. Now the reason, you know, Bitcoin dropping down a little bit might be actually good, because we might be at the top of some resistance levels, so this pullback might actually pull us back to the support levels and give us very nice entries. So we gotta, you know, we gotta start, you know, looking over the altcoins and figure out, you know, which altcoins are gonna go next and stuff like that. But Bitcoin again, and trading was a little bit laggy. Bitcoin again, I think that there might be, just might be, you know, tiny little chance right now for this to break towards downside, because over here we had a major dump here. This dump over here was when SEC came out and said that ETFs are not approved. And then everything up, and then recovered up here, managed to hold the support level, at least at my channel. I mean, there might be some kind of different channel up here. Maybe this is the channel. I don't know which channel. Mlada, where is the channel? Because I think also this over here might be the channel, something like this over here, give or take. So maybe we gotta pull back all the way up here just to the 50 moving average and bounce, and maybe there will be no outside, you know, move out of the channel. We're gonna see how this plays out. But this move up here right now, you know, we are looking for a continuation towards downside over here at least a little bit, and I think that might be actually good for altcoins. That's all I'm saying. July 6 FOMC minutes. Yeah, FOMC minutes are not that interesting. Market consolidates till then. If you can find a trending range, it's safe to trade. Yeah, everything is safe to trade. Had a nice surf the other day. Now huge summer storm is steering the place upside down. Stay indoors and study the charts. There you go. You see, rain is not all bad. Rain is not all bad. People are like, the weather is bad and stuff like that. No, the weather is bad for, going and surfing. But, the weather is perfect for sitting inside with a cup of coffee or, cup of cacao. And, looking at the charts, doing some, writing. Some of the best times when I was a kid was, when I didn't have to go to work, of course, was sitting at home with the windows wide open and having this summer rain outside. Like, when you hear the summer rain, like when the sky just opens up and you are living in the city and you just hear this, banging on the asphalt on the outside on the roads, and it's just very cozy. And you're just sitting inside, and it's very humid, it's very warm, but it's very nice. There's no such thing as bad weather. There is bad weather for this and that, but there is always something to do when there is bad weather. There is always something that's some weather is good for something. Yeah, that's about it, guys. I don't have anything else to say. That's Bitcoin Daily. And right now, whether this is gonna be the case that we are gonna, go into this consolidation and break towards downside. Small time frames, I think this is more likely than not. But we'll see. Yeah, I'm still, majorly bullish over here, so saying that, oh yes, we're gonna break down and it's gonna go down to whatever 10k. We are still not below very, very major support levels. Nothing is broken. Small time frames up here, impulsive move up here, exhaustion pattern. It's gonna pull back, get everybody bearish, and then maybe break towards upside. But if this bearishness continue towards upside, I'm gonna assume that is sign of weakness, and then something bigger is actually on the loose. When it comes to black swan events, guys, we never know when the black swan events is gonna come. Most people don't know when the black swan event is gonna come. But if something happens in the world, there might be, something that, pushes the price down, pushes the price up. You never know how these black swan events gonna come. These are unpredictable events. What is predictable is that here, if it's gonna go down, you will, push back up to some kind of resistance level, and if something is gonna happen up here, it's gonna happen right over here, right? So if some kind of black swan event is gonna happen over here at the top, it is very nice time to happen, because you're at some kind of top, so you can push it a little bit back towards downside, overhit some kind of support, and then if some kind of black swan event happens, and then you push it back below the support. That can definitely happen. Oftentimes when price is being manipulated, and I've read the guy, who is has been manipulating the prices. What they do is they try slowly to push the price down to a very important support level, and then once that is a support level, that's when they actually push the major, FUD news and stuff like that, right? They don't push the major FUD up here at the top. Never at the top. Oftentimes the price will slowly by just by shorting and people being a little bit bearish, push the support level, and over here at the exact support level, that's when they actually start showing the FUD news and the fake stories, and maybe the real stories, Binance getting sued and stuff like that. That at very crucial level, just like over here, they slowly push the price down, and at very crucial levels, SEC comes in and says, you know what, Binance, we're gonna sue them, you are doing bad stuff and stuff like that, right? At a very crucial level. So price, oftentimes they push the price first down to major support levels, and only on that support level, because that support level is very, very important to break. Only at that support level they try to break towards the downside, right? So they knew this is very important support level. They did a lot of FUDing over here, but they failed to push it down, and price explode towards the upside. Are they gonna do it again, again go down here to the support level and then try to push it down? I don't know, but I'm saying if there is gonna come any kind of, black swan event, some kind of FUD and stuff like that, right, they might try to push it first towards downside over here, and then, something might happen over here that actually might push below the major support levels, because these major support levels are really well guarded by the bulls and the longs, because they know that these support levels should hold if you're in a kind of bullish scenario, right? So a lot of people right now, they do not want to long these stops up here, but they will definitely try to long in these bottoms down here, right? Because you're at major support level, indicators are looking bullish, everything is looking nice and dandy. Why would you not long the support? A major support, right? So if you do come down here, watch out for any kind of, black swan event, FUD, anything like that that can push the price down. All I'm saying. DXY may be making a bear flag. Haven't been watching that much DXY and what's happening, so I cannot tell you too much. And over here, this is not DXY, this is the Dow Jones. This is the DXY over here. Yeah, so it is not actually making bear flag. I mean, technically, you know, you could say that, but it's not. It is exhaustion flag more than bear flag, because these are lower lows and these are higher lows. So it is going something like this towards downside. And this over here is not a bear flag. This is exhaustion flag, which actually should play out towards upside. Bear flags always go towards upside up here and then break down. Bear flags don't go down. This is actually a bullish flag. So, but you know, we're gonna see if this, you know, we get a third move down here, something like this over here, and then. But we already did that. We you know, you might say that it is creating this, you know, head and shoulders pattern over here at the chart, you know, and the target might be something like you know, up 108 or something like that. Are you bullish or bearish? I'm bullish. I'm still majorly bullish until something happens, because right now the only bearish thing on the chart, technically there are a couple of bearish things on the chart. The first bearish thing is that you are at resistance, but you know, that's not actually bearish. The only bearish thing over here on the small time frames, this is 4-hourly time frame. Only bearish thing over here is this exhaustion pattern towards upside and might pull back a little bit towards downside, you know. And only over here I will become, you know, more bearish if I see some kind of failure on the price and stuff like that, right? But major support levels are not being broken just yet. Major support levels are still holding very nicely, and you know, there's no reason for you know, any kind of crypto saving talk just yet. Mark Harris, good morning. How you doing, man? On short time frames. Good morning, Kel. Good morning, Green Scope. How you doing, man? Okay, guys, I'm gonna leave you with that. I'm gonna go and do stuff. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but you know, there is definitely stuff to do. It's rainy here in Norway as well, so there's that. Yeah, there was one more thing, guys. If you wanna follow me on kick.com, I haven't posted that. Some who was it yesterday in the chat? Yeah, it was Garrett. Have you heard about Kick, a new streaming platform competing with Twitch? So I heard about Kick and I check it out, but you know, it's a Twitch platform, right? Kick.com. It's a Twitch platform, but it doesn't have, you know, millions of users just yet. So I did make an account over there, and I was like, you know what, maybe I should stream up here, because you know, maybe it's easier to get discovered than, you know, YouTube or Twitch that are, you know, huge. So if you guys want to follow me up here on Kick, and you know, in case I, you know, suddenly start streaming on Kick, you're welcome to, you know, click a follow. And you cannot do that right now, I know that. But you know, you're welcome to follow me on Kick, just in case I start streaming, you know, on Kick, and I'm there, right? I don't want to stream on Twitch because yeah, it's not my thing. But you know, the Kick is new, and everything that is new, it's a lot easier to get discovered than other places. Now, crypto is not big on Twitch or on Kick, and probably won't be. So you know, I might try it out. Do they have commercials there? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think they have commercials. Maybe if the channel is monetized, they have commercials, but I don't think they have commercials. Not from what I've seen. Let's see up here. Let's see some of these big YouTubers. These big gamers. 230. Let's see up here. Can we sort this? Sorry, come on. High to low. Of course, some girls is gonna be at the top. No, thanks for studying. 600 views, 2000. Like, how can, I mean, they don't have that much. They don't have that much.
We patient, baby.
No, there is. I mean, if your channel is not monetized, I don't think you have ads. But the ads will probably come, because no platform can actually. No platform can survive without ads. They gotta, you know, it is very, very, very expensive using the bandwidth, you know, to showing, you know, videos to people. So they need to have some kind of income. They need to have some kind of income. Anyways, guys, that's it for today. Clean the garden in your raincoat. Nah, I am a jinx to the stream every time I join. I end. Yeah. Somebody gotta be the last one. Somebody gotta be the last one. Guys, thank you for stopping by. I'm gonna go and look at a little bit charts, do some, you know, maybe gardening work in my raincoat. I'll see you around. Thank you for stopping by. Bye bye. Outro.